field. Going, see ya!
Welcome to the Florida League,
where Florida summer baseball comes alive.
I'm Berkleigh Mezzanotte.
And I'm Kathleen Moore.
And this week in the Florida League, walk-off hits,
top plays,
future stars,
and the storylines that you won't want to miss.
Welcome to Florida League Extra Innings. What is up, Florida League fans? We are back for yet another episode of Florida League Extra Innings. I'm Berkleigh Mezzanotte alongside Kathleen Moore, and let's just head straight into the recaps of this week. Let's kick off the recap with Monday. Weather had other plans for Stanford at Deland, but the Squeeze walked into Winter Park and delivered a 5-4 loss to the Dogs. It was Alexander Galan who delivered the 2 RBI double in the 10th inning that secured the win. Then the Lightning, despite tying things up and taking a 1-run lead at TFA in the 8th inning, Mason Redmondo of the Snappers scored on a balk to walk off the Lightning.
Tuesday, the Lightning struck back, delivering a 12-1 loss to Orlando. The Lightning posted a 7-run inning in the 5th with a grand slam from Turner Gross. In Deland, after much waiting due to lightning, the Rats pull a 6-2 victory over the Suns. In Winter Garden, the Dogs suffered a 1-2 loss, one of the lowest scoring games of the season so far.
Wednesday, the Rats went to Deland to make up their rained-out game from Monday, with the Rats off to a 5-0 start in the first inning with a homer from Tyler Mayer. In the top of the 8th, Stanford led 12-4. However, the bottom of the 8th brought a walk parade for the Suns, bringing the score to 12-11 going into the 9th. But the Rats held out and scored one more run in the 9th and got the job done 13-11.
Thursday, the Lightning shut out Winter Garden after home park 16-0, with 8 different Lightning players posting an RBI. Then the Dogs went down to Stanford Memorial for a 2-3 loss, earning the Rats' 5th win of the summer.
Friday, the Suns and the Snappers were suspended in the 4th inning with a 2-3 Snappers lead. In the Game 2 of their series, the Rats went into Winter Park and secured the series 6-5 despite the 2-run 8th inning to put the Dogs back into winning position. Then the Squeeze traveled to Leesburg and put up 13 runs to their 5 on the Leesburg crowd. The Squeeze scored 6 runs in the 4th inning, seeing the entire order at the plate and then some.
Finally, to round out the week, Saturday the Lightning couldn't hang on versus the Squeeze at Horizon and fell 3-6. The Snappers then went down to Conrad Park and lost to the Suns 5-7. It's been another full week here in the Florida League, and there have been so many surprises as, we've really settled into the season. One of my favorite games of this week was Wednesday versus the Rats and the Deland Suns over at Stetson's Park. It was a 13-11 victory for Sanford, but Berkleigh, this game was so unexpected. The Rats led at one point by 8 runs late into the game, but Deland put up a 7-run 8th inning and brought themselves right back into it, but Adonis Velez earned some insurance runs going into the 9th, and that sealed the deal. It was incredible.
Now, my big surprise was the split series between Winter Garden Squeeze and the Leesburg Lightning. Now, that was a pretty, I would say, even matchup, as the Winter Garden Squeeze are trying to figure themselves out. They're starting to figure themselves out, and they've been on a hot and cold run just like Leesburg. So even matchup, and it was a great series too.
Absolutely. But let's go now to our Player of the Week from the previous week of games. For Player of the Week, the first baseman at the Deland Suns, Akil Namala, takes the honor. He's batting .310 on the summer with 7 RBIs off of 13 hits.
For the Arm of the Week, that goes to the Rats, Liam Fury with a 3.5 ERA and 12 strikeouts. Congratulations to the FCSL Players of the Week.
Tune in very soon to see the next announcement for Player of the Week and Arm of the Week here in the Florida Collegiate Summer League.
Yeah, it's so much fun seeing who earns those awards every single week. We have a lot of talented players, so it's so much fun to watch.
But now I think we need to go to our very own Troy Bolton High School musical story here at the Winter Park Diamond Dawgs home stadium.
I'm here with Daniel Urizari and Jacob Pearl. They have a band together. Guys, what's the name of this band?
The Broken Oak Band.
And what genre do you guys play in?
We do traditional country, like almost new school country, and then alternative rock and folk music.
Oh, wow, okay. So, how did this band start?
We all played ball together at the University of Montevallo, and we were best friends. We hung out a lot and played music. We had a drummer, a bass player, a singer, an acoustic player, so we just kind of made a band out of it.
Okay, and how does this tie into baseball?
It ties in actually really well because me and DJ have spent quite some time on the baseball field along with my other bandmates on the field. And so when we do get together and play as a group, it just kind of all just replicates from off the field into a music world, and it kind of just makes a cool sound together.
And is there a favorite gig that you've played so far?
Yeah, the Christmas festival at the Lake Mary Pub and Tiki Bar.
Okay, thank you guys so much. And I hope I get to see you at one of your future gigs.
Kathleen, I think it's safe to say that the Diamond Dawgs have a lot of hidden talent on their team, not just with Sydney, but now these band members.
I know, right? And what a fun way for them to spend their summer, not just playing the music that they love, but also playing the game they love. Really great time for them. But you know what time it is. It is time for play-by-play calls of the week. As you know, our communication staff from across the Florida Collegiate Summer League will be sending in their favorite calls of the week. Let's go there now.
Inning game starting at 7:30. As that ball drilled down the right field line, that's called fair, and that'll be extra bases. Donatucci rounding third, McDaniel waving him home. The throw not in time, and Chincario stands on third with a triple to get the Rats on the board here first.
The 1-1 pitch to Thompson is hit into left center. It's going to get down to the wall. 1-run scores. Here comes Campos to the plate. Thompson taking it into third. He's out.
Always a big thanks to the comms intern for sending in the plays of the week. We always love what's going on around the league.
100% we do. But now, since Father's Day has been this weekend, we wanted to talk about family ties within the league. Most specifically with the Deland Suns. There's a father and son duo that you may have seen in the dugout, but if you didn't know, there's also a grandfather-grandson duo in that dugout as well.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this goes. So let's toss it over to Kathleen.
This is Kathleen Moore, league reporter with the Florida Collegiate Summer League, and I had the chance to head down to the Deland Suns dugout this past week. And the Suns, you know, their coaching staff, they're connected by far more than just the game of baseball. They have family ties.
Mike Powers, and I'm the pitching coach.
Carson Walden, I'm first base coach or assistant.
Oh, he's my grandson.
My name is Knox.
And who's your dad?
Stephen Piercefield.
We was probably around Halloween when he was about 1.5, 2 years old. And Dad, I want to go out and hit. And so we jumped out of the swimming pool. We grabbed a bat and grabbed some baseballs and really started being able to go out and get after it there. And so we started T-ball, and it's continued on and through to today. Something that he was going to be able to enjoy, something that he was going to be able to carry on, something my grandfather had instilled in me down to my dad. And so I want to be able to be dad first, and just fortunate that he's loved the game of baseball since he was born. Wants to be out every single day. He's out here with the Suns for pregame BP, in and amongst the clubhouse, and his heart and his love for the game, being able to learn and grow. He's almost an extension of our coaching staff, our clubhouse, our locker room. You would think that he's wanting to put a uniform on and run out there with the Suns tonight.
Carson's been started out as our bat boy, just as Knox did, at 4 years old. And so he's now been here for 15 years. He's done everything. He's sold 50-50, he's worked in the concession stand, he sold tickets. And now for the third year in a row, he's a paid assistant. He moved up, he throws BP now to the guys, and you know, he's one of the team.
He's sort of a legend in the baseball community, so being able to stand next to him and be out there coaching college guys, it's incredible.
Well, I always told him, hey, when you're ready to stop coming over with the Suns, then I'll finally quit. Well, after 15 years, he hasn't quit yet. And so, you know, it's pretty cool that we spend the time together. This is my 65th year in baseball. And I started when I was 4, as he did. And I've played at every level, including one major league spring training game. And so it's really nice to be out with the kids and share my knowledge with them. It's carrying on the game.
All right, Knox, when did you start playing baseball?
Before I could walk,
Why do you love to play baseball? What do you love about this sport?
because I'm good at it and it's fun.
And it's fun? Do you have a favorite team?
Yes, ma'am. The Suns.
All right, what's practicing with your dad like?
It's very fun, and my dad says this a lot to me. Knox cash!
And then, last question. Do you think you're the fastest bat boy in the Florida League?
Yes, ma'am. You want me to go right now? I can.
It was so fun this week getting to know the Piercefield family as well as talk with Mike Powers and his grandson Carson. What an incredible story they've got over there.
Yeah, and anyone who's in the Deland Suns dugout, like you can feel like that family love, that family tie. So I know that was super special for you to cover.
Definitely.
So let us now go into next week's previews to see what's ahead for the Florida League.
Monday, the Rats head to Winter Park, the Suns take on the Snappers, and the Squeeze travel to Leesburg.
Tuesday, the Dogs meet Orlando at TFA, the Rats head into Winter Garden, and the Suns go into Leesburg.
Kicking off the weekend series, Thursday the Lightning are at Sanford Memorial, the Suns take on the Dogs, and the Squeeze go down to TFA.
Friday, the Suns are back in Winter Park, the Rats travel into Leesburg, and the Squeeze are back in Orlando.
Rounding out the weekend, Saturday the Lightning are away versus the Rats, the Snappers are at Horizon, and the Dogs go down to Deland.
It's going to be another full week here in the Florida Collegiate Summer League, and Berkleigh, I don't know about you, but it seems like the entire league is wide open right now.
Yeah, every team is pretty even. Every team kind of flip-flops. Like, it's not the same game like every single game, so it's pretty consistent like throughout the entire league. So no one's way up here, no one's way down here, so everyone is like even keel.
Right, and you know, I was speaking with some of the players over in Sanford. They're talking about how much that they all have just started to groove. You know, in the last couple of games, they've really found that connection with each other.
Yes, that seems to be the common theme throughout the Florida League. Like, everyone's starting to get to know each other. Like we said last week, like everyone's starting to gel, getting to know each other, gel with the coaches. So that's why it's so even keel right now, because everyone's starting, like you just said, finding their groove.
Absolutely, but I think that's going to do it for episode 4 of Florida League Extra Innings. Be sure to follow the Florida Collegiate Summer League on all of our social media platforms for extended Florida League content. As always, I've been your host, Kathleen Moore, alongside Mezzanotte. See you in the next one.